What's going on, YouTube? Back with the Maxx build, part 2. The last part we dyed the chassis and the shock towers, which turned out alright, I think. We're going to get rid of these. So we're going to be concentrating on the rear bulkhead. Here's the stock one. So, in the post today, let's just have a look. Oh. What have we got in here? Oh yes. Cost of running fortune, this car does. Yeah, that's the one we're going to be looking at, I think. Shift this over. I'll get there in a minute. Look at that. Wow. Just got some scissors. Right, let's get this opened up. Oh, wow. There is some real engineering gone into that. That is nice. Yeah, that is super nice. Made from 7075 alloy. This is just not going to break. So let's open it up and have a look inside. Okay, we've got the bulkhead opened up. See inside. See where the bearings are going to go. And the diffs. Might help if I actually got it the right way around, eh? Oh, it's just a beast, isn't it? Jeez. Okay, so let's start building the rear diff. So just before we sort the diff out, just wanted to take the cover off. Just have a look at that. That is just made proper, isn't it, that? Let's have a look on this side. Yeah, in fact, that is the GPM part. Yeah, you can tell the difference in the quality straight away by the machining. Obviously this won't fit on that because of the way it seals. The ridges are different, look. I mean, could probably get it on, but why would you really, you know? Yeah, that's much better, isn't it? Solid fit. Okay, let's get the diff. Okay, so we've got the rear diff. I've already cleaned this out prior to the video, just to save a bit of time. These screws out. We're going to be filling this with 500k. I'm not sure what the stock was. 50k I think, wasn't it? Stock. I think it was. The centre diff, well, you might as well call that locked. The silicone in that must have been 2 million or something. It's like a bouncy ball. I'll show you in a bit. It's madness. Personally, I prefer to have the diff a bit more free. So I'll probably go 100k in the centre. I'm really going to have to get me an electric screwdriver. I'm getting too old for this, man. Too old for screwing. Never. Last one. Nearly there. Okay. You'll have to excuse my hands, I've been DIYing. So as you can see, I've got all the gears cleaned. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick the 500k in. Okay, I'm using the wife's coffee drip tray. Yeah, she's going to love me again. Right, let's just make sure these are seated properly in there. Oops, sorry. Yeah. Okay, I'm hoping I can just pour this in a bit, but it's pretty thick stuff. It's getting there, slowly. I think it's going to need a bit of help with you. This is going to be a right messy job. Love this silicone, along with the Team Associated, both wicked. I just wish this had come in a bit of a squeezy. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain. Whoa. Get this worked in a minute. It's obviously all at the top and not at the bottom. Just want to make sure the gears stay in place as well. Oh, sod it, be alright on there, won't it? It'll come off. Get this worked in. What I don't want is too much, and then it will have nowhere to go. It's the last thing I need. It's definitely getting itself worked in there. I don't want any gaps at the bottom. Spin that again. Every time I spin, you see it's lifting back up. I don't want it to come off here, because it's just going to shred the gears off. Let's get a bit more. I mean, why would they put it in a tub like this though? It's just ridiculous, isn't it, really? I mean, look at that. And a bit of a moan today, but it's all good. Tidy this up after. And especially this, look at that. Just going to put a cup on there. Going to have all silicone all under the cup. So I might have to take a bit out, we'll see. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely working its way in, that has. I'm going to clean this up now. Back in a minute. Okay, I'm going to leave it about there. Might look a little bit too high. Excuse me. But it'll work its way down, that's fine, that is. Right, let's pop this back together. There we go. Look at the state of this. It's so messy, this stuff. Tighten this one first. And always remember to go opposite ends. Tighten that a bit more. Stick the other two in. This should be much tighter now with this 500k in compared to the 50, which is what I want in the rear. Hopefully this should stop the Maxx from diffing out and flipping as much. It should sort of slide around corners instead of just tipping because it's diffing out. Let's get this tightened down. Okay, right, I'll get this cleaned up. Okay, cleaned up. Now with a 500k, you shouldn't really be able to turn it. Maybe just, but it should be, yeah. Nice and smooth in there. Yep, that's what we want. This is not silicone, I'll just put a bit of rubbing alcohol on just to clean it up. Yep, that's great. Perfect. Okay, set that aside. Okay, I've got the screws out. Same as rear. So off camera I did a rookie mistake. Tried to squeeze the 100k in. Of course it didn't go in, so I need to warm it up a bit to thin it out. A noob mistake. Right. Jesus, that's hot. Right. I'll leave that in there. While we're waiting for that to warm up, I'll show you the front bulkhead. Let's open it, shall we? Let's have a look. I've got to be careful, I've got screws everywhere. Okay. Another work of art by VITAVON. Beautiful. Obviously steering linkage, and it came with, looks like an oversized bearing. Okay, we'll figure that out later on. Pop that to one side. We've also got the servo mount, servo horn and linkage. This actually fits over the top, servo underneath, whereas the Traxxas optional parts, the servo sort of fits on top this way. This actually puts the linkage completely straight with the servo, so cool. These WideMaxx. I didn't get adjustable ones. I really don't see the point with the Maxx. Yep, they should be awesome. Right, that oil should have thinned out a bit. Hopefully. It's definitely better than it was. Where's that little stick gone? This will do. I'll be careful I don't buckle the gears up doing it this way, but just going to put a bit more, look, you can see the gaps here, around there. Underfilling it, it's all going to foam up, well, bubble up, foam up, you know what I mean. I've got so many outtakes for these videos, I'm going to have to do sort of an outtakes at the end. Probably be better than this, certainly funnier. Okay, so more. I'm trying to work as fast as I can before this thickens up again. Let's have a look now when we press this back down. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. It's about right. Some just take it up to this, but I found it works its way down a bit more anyway when they're all together, so that'll be fine. Yep, perfect. Come on. Got you. And again, screw it down. And skip this bit. Okay, it's all screwed back together. I expect to turn this, yeah. I mean, this was absolutely solid stock. In fact, I was going to show you what came out of it, wasn't I? Hang on. Yeah. So it's like a bouncy ball. Look at that. Yeah. What would you say? 2 million? A million? No, I'd say 2 million. That'll sure lock the diff up anyway. Right, let's get this back together. Pin in. Okay. Let's Marvin Gaye and get it on. Yeah. Aha. There we go. Super smooth, silky smooth. Right, let's get this greased up. Okay, I'm going to be using some hoodie, graphite grease. Love this stuff, really good, nice and thick. So I'm hoping and it's going to stick to the gears. Nice messy job. crazy money this stuff is for how much you get, but it's good stuff. So it's that old saying again, isn't it? And you get what you pay for. I know some people absolutely cake these, but that's enough for me. Get this cleaned up a bit. Straighten the screw out. Thank you. Not that it really matters, I suppose, but I would like to get some as for when I thread lock it, but get most of it out. That'll do. No, you can't even hear it. Only thing I can hear is the blooming washing machine, but sorry about that. But you cannot hear anything at all. Wow. Well, you can't get no smoother than that. Okay. Just get some off of my hands. Some camera a bit more. Beautiful. Right, let's get the screws in this. Alright, let's get this screwed back together. Bit of Loctite. Don't like me using too much because it can be a royal pain in the arse to get it undone again. One. Always thread lock everything that's metal to metal, because the vibrations will loosen it up. The last thing you want is the bulkhead case coming apart. I'm just checking if I've put that in the right one. No, there's the first mistake. Let's get that out as quick as we can. I'm sure, yeah, that is for to house the arm pins. What a dunk. No. Come on. Obviously doing it alternative ways. In fact, that will be the next job. Just put in the, I don't even know what they're called. I'll get the part in a bit. Stays my hands. So grease in it. I just hate wearing gloves, especially doing things like this. It's just awkward, isn't it? More thread lock. This is not soaking in, it's just a bit of double-sided tape, just makes it easier. But yeah, I'd recommend this to all you Maxx owners. I'm not worried about the extra weight really, not what I'm putting in it. The Maxx is a really light truck, that's why it rides on its wheelie bar in all the videos you see, and back wheels. I'm trying to avoid that a bit. And anyway, I mean, just look, it's just a solid piece. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, well, this way into it. Right, let's get that other part. Right, it's the front and rear lower arm tie bar mount by GPM. I'm just hoping it's going to fit okay on here. Right. Let's get these out. That's the rear. Package this, and looking at that, these two, I was right to begin with, look. Yeah, they need thread locking in. What am I like? The joys of RC. I know some people run a bit of grease underneath. Can't see a need for it on this one at all. The bearings are going to stop any dirt getting into that diff gear. Okay, let's open this up. I have to have a tidy up in a bit. Right. Stock. Now, do we use these or do we use stock? Look at that. Let's get this cleaned up, eh? Okay, had a bit of a clean up, it's getting a bit messy. So, what do we go for? Let's get this one off first, shall we? Too big? Oh, no, that's the right one. What I will try and use though is as many stock screws as I can. I'm not a fan of these. Whoa. Sorry about that one. I'm not a fan of these really. So, stock. I'm going to go GPM. So some thread lock. Well, what I've noticed is I can't use the stock screws because they're too long. So I'm going to have to use these. It's forcing me to use them. A bit of thread lock on. Obviously metal to metal again. Back that off a bit. This side. Would help if I pick the right one up. Jesus. Oh, it's one of them days. Okay. Okay. I'm going to focus. There we go. I had to take these out, and there was one there. Get it in. Seems a nice fit though, and I should be able to use the stock screws. Yeah, so go stock with these. Men and their sizes. Tighten this one down a bit. Okay. Got the front done. Now, front rear. Let's just pop this up here with that, and we'll go and get the Maxx kit. Hang on. Sorry about the washing machine again. So, WideMaxx kit, green. Do you remember when they used to just come in a bag and not this fancy box? Pull this out. This kitchen's ditched. Stickers, courtesy of rcmodelz.co.uk. No plug intended. Well, that's where I got them from. You might notice I got a bit of the shakes today. Me and the wife got a bit carried away on a bit of champagne with our steak. You know how it goes. Enjoying yourself until the next day. I feel like shite. Okay. Another thing to mention, these springs, the way it tells you to swap them, I don't bother. These are way too much. I keep the springs stock, even with the Maxx kit on. You'll see what I mean as we go along with the build. Okay. Focus. Okay. Right, so we're just going to fit these. Pin. Just make sure that's seated. Yeah. Right, it's going to go this way, isn't it? Because knowing me, I'll put them on the wrong way like an idiot. Yep. Just don't want to fit in. Oh, there we go. Let me just see if that's in. I have to go off camera to have a look. Yeah. So difficult to see. Looking good. Okay. Now, what is wrong with me today? Well, I do know what's wrong. Okay, sorry about that. It's been a bit of a pain in the arse to get on. Yeah. Thread lock. There we go. Looking good. Oh, getting there slowly. Well, I skipped ahead a bit. So all I've done is put that one screw in onto the chassis. Right, so just going to get the centre drive shaft out if I can. This has been wrapped up well, hasn't it? Do this off camera. Just to protect it, nice and new, like everything that goes into this build. Every single part is brand new. So let's slide that in there. Now we need the rear skid plates. Just put that on next. Yeah, okay. Now need those long screws that came with the. These screws came with the VITAVON bulkhead. Obviously because, well, yeah, obviously because I ain't got a clue, but we'll use them, eh? He's done it again. I'm not going to fully tighten these down yet. Just got to slip the rear skid plate under that, and it's going to have to come off at some point, so we can stick some aluminium on to protect it. Obviously don't need any thread lock for this, it's going into plastic. Okay, right, rear skid. This will need thread lock, obviously, metal on metal. this should, that's it, just like that. Right. Bit of thread lock. Looking nice there. I thought this was coming loose a bit. Let's tighten this up. Right. Okay. Oh. Usually I'd just stop it and start again, but we'll be here all day with the mistakes I keep making. Jesus. Okay, right, now I've got to find the screws for this now. One, two, three. Should be one more somewhere. Wrong? Yeah, of course. Skip ahead a bit. Okay, we've got all that tightened up. Just going back to the wide kit. Look at these, are a joke. For the money you pay. This is what does my head in with Traxxas. Just look at this. Look at that. Look at the flex in it. Just look at it. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so let's got that tightened down. I'll flip that back over. Right, for the time being, I will be, when I can find it, it's here somewhere. Right. lost this. For now, I'm going to be sticking the plastic one back in. I have got a metal hardened steel 50 turn one on the way, but they're out of stock everywhere at the moment. So I'm going to be putting that back in. We're not going to find the bearings, of course. Well, I don't know how I've done it, but I have lost the bearing from here. So there. So I'm going to have to order another one. Where it's gone, I just do not know. Only I could lose a bearing. I was keeping everything together in bags, but it's gone walkabout. So we're going to have to leave that out. Not major, I suppose. I put the sticker off the stock on there. Might as well screw these down. Where's that gone? I'm always losing stuff. Okay, so looking pretty good. We might as well put this on while we're here. GPM. Let's get this opened up. So these screws in that look way bigger than stock. Let's get the stock screws. My hands are slippy from all that grease. Look at that. God. Why are they that big? Surely. Anyway. Here's the GPM. Fits right on, he says. There. I suppose it is quite a difference. So, I don't know, though. Surely this is going to be enough. Sod it, I'm going to try the stock first. There's got to be enough bite in there on there. Yeah, surely. fine. There we go. Fits sweet. Perfect. Could kick myself about that bearing though. I'm going to have to have another look later. Fancy losing that. What an idiot. Right, I think that'll do. That was quite a long part 2, I must admit. Got a lot done. Still a lot to go, but we're getting there. So yeah, I'll catch you on part 3.